Faithful, going forward, what is the key to being successful for the San Francisco 49ers starting tomorrow and to the rest of the season? Deebo Samuel gave us excellent insight that I'm going to tell you about in a sec. I also am going to give Deebo's comments some meat. We're going to look at what Kyle Shanahan hinted at for improving this offense going forward and more. Stick around for all of that. If you're new here, I'm Nate. Love talking the 49ers. Please consider a like and sub. I do genuinely appreciate it. This has been a super fun time hanging out with you all, and I'm looking forward to it. Here you go. This is what Deebo Samuel had to say. It's like 20 seconds. Give it a listen.
Do you feel like with football you have to have short-term memory a little bit?
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
I remember
like you can't hang on to stuff.
Nah, for real, because I remember we played the Rams in 22, and I ran a slant and they thought I had a concussion because I got hit in the chest. And you go in the concussion tent, and I didn't get hit in the head or whatever, and they was like, what team did we play last week? And I didn't even remember. So I'm just like, is this what the question's gonna be like? Because I done put that behind me. Like, I'm in the middle of a game right now. I'm not thinking about who I just played last week, and it was just kind of crazy. But yeah, you definitely got to have short-term memory.
Well, I am going to.
You need to have short-term memory, right? To put it in the words of Ted Lasso, you have to be a goldfish, right? I love that Deebo's talking about he's so focused on the present, he can't even remember who he played last week because he's in the middle of a game and he's just thinking about what's right in front of him. No concussion, just not thinking that way. And I think that's definitely a key. I want to break down that key, give a little bit of evidence to that key, and I also want to talk about a slightly different key that Kyle Shanahan hinted at, and that's all coming in a minute. But first, score prediction against the Patriots tomorrow. Let me know in the comments what you think it's going to look like. I've got the 49ers at home with a statement win, 27-17. Big opportunity to come back to Santa Clara and prove it at Levi's Stadium. This is an opportunity for every single player on this football team to make things right. So I think they're not going to miss that opportunity. You add on top of that the Patriots offense is not exactly something to write home about. You've got the Jets holding them to 3 points most recently. Of course, they had that overtime game against the Seahawks. That's the only game they've managed to get above my 17-point prediction. And then you have the Bengals game where they won. That was a weird game to open the season, and they managed to get 16 points. So for me, 27-17 seems like a realistic score prediction. At first, when I saw the At first, when I saw the line coming out at 10.5 points, I was like, ooh, I don't know about that. The 49ers, we're still pretty feeling that loss against the Rams. And I'm feeling optimistic about the offense. The offense is no problem getting to 27 points. I believe I heard this week, I think it was Willard was saying if the New England Patriots get above 20 points, we have something to be concerned about. And I think that's a completely fair perspective, and I don't think the 49ers are going to allow the Patriots to get that many points. So I have them at 27-17, winning at home at Levi's Stadium, getting back on the right track. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, though. I look forward to joining you there. Now, last year, 49ers' worst stretch, of course, was that 3-game stretch, starting with the Cleveland Browns game. That was just a nasty game. And P.J. Walker, of all people, beating up on the 49ers. Well, I wouldn't say beating up. That's maybe a little bit of a stretch. But it was one of those games that that missed field goal felt like a big deal. Jake Moody makes that field goal. We win the game. There were pieces to that game, decisions that were made. But those 3 games, coming into it, okay, 5-0, unstoppable. Coming out of it, Purdy had thrown 5 picks, only 3 TDs, thrown for a lot of yards in 2 of those 3 games, but 5 picks, 3 TDs, not the number that you want, not the turnover ratio you're looking for out of your quarterback, not protecting the football that you're looking for out of your quarterback. And we don't need to go back and rehash all of that, but each of those games were bad for different reasons and not a good feeling. And what do they do after that game? How did they get their short-term memory on in that game? They came and absolutely destroyed Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars, holding him to 185 yards, no TDs, 2 interceptions, sacking him 5 times, keeping him below 60% completion percentage. That was the defensive performance that we needed, and it absolutely showed the 49ers went out and had an absolute field day with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And that was a statement win to get the 49ers from that what felt really good at 5-0, felt really bad at 5-3, to a 6-3 and feeling good going forward. Obviously, there were some more blunders in the season. That wasn't the only bad situation that played out, but that was a key one for me. And I think the 49ers did what we need to do this weekend, which is come out and turn things around very quickly, make a big statement. I think the 49ers have a really, really good opportunity to do that against the New England Patriots. Now, Deebo, is he going to have the chance to take this idea of this being the goldfish, this forgetting things, not even remember who we played last week? Is Deebo going to be able to do that this weekend? The latest from Nick Wagner, and this is no surprise here, but Deebo Samuel made it through the past 2 practices well and believes he's on schedule health-wise, which gives him a chance for Sunday. He's questionable still, so I'd put him at that 50-50. 2 days ago, I told you I don't think he's going to play. That might still happen. It's possible that he doesn't play, but I feel better about it now than I did before. Deebo's saying he came back feeling good and went to practice the past 2 days, still feeling good, so we'll just see how it goes. The 49ers are not going to go out of their way to make sure that the Patriots know that Deebo Samuel is ready. So while he's still holding this injury and is not 100%, they're going to definitely leave him questionable up to the game. But I've got a little bit of a feeling now that he might actually play, which we'll have to wait and see, of course. Now, last year, Deebo was 9th in yards after catch, despite only having 60 receptions. And you look at the guys around him, 135, 119, 119, 79, 105, 80, 196, 60, 109, 106. These are the receptions for all these other players that go out there, and Deebo is among them with yards after catch, only 60 receptions. Similar stat, Deebo was also finished 5th in yards after contact last year, despite his 60 receptions as well. So that's saying a lot about this incredible talent that we have in Deebo Samuel. And there's some negatives there. That's fine. You can always find the negatives, and you want to worry about what he can do against man-to-man coverage. That's fine. Whatever. I don't even care about that right now. All I care about is getting this man back on the field and having that extra weapon, both in a little bit in the running game, at times for sure, in screen plays, in passing. Like we need him out there. We need Deebo Samuel. Really excited that George Kittle is going to be out there. I think that's going to be a huge, huge boost. But this yards after contact stat, what we're talking about, the Yak Bro himself with the Yak Bros, this was an interesting one Kyle Shanahan was asked about recently. Cool article here. 49ers. Oh, where are we at? Yep. 49ers Yak Bros of George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Aiyuk became supersized 23 months ago with the addition of star running back Christian McCaffrey. Of those guys, by the way, George Kittle out last week. Deebo Samuel out last week. Brandon Aiyuk didn't have training camp, and he's not found his feet yet. Christian McCaffrey out all season so far. So, you look at those Yak Bros, and you're like, man, of course things are different. Of course things are different. Absolutely. Here's what Kyle Shanahan had to say about that. I think George, Deebo, and Christian are 3 of the best in the NFL at yards after contact, so it definitely doesn't help with them being out with that. Shanahan told reporters Friday at Levi's Stadium. Further down in the article, by the way, Shanahan also keyed in, this is something I wanted to tell you guys, on where the 49ers can be more explosive no matter who is available. We haven't hit up any big screens, I think, which is big too. We need to get it going more with that. So really focusing on that particular aspect of the game that has been key to Shanahan and key to a lot of offenses, and I think that's great. And we have that positive news on Kittle. Deebo's questionable. So overall, all in all, I hope you guys are feeling good about this because I think there's a lot of reasons to believe the 49ers get things turned back around today. It's really easy to zoom in one game at a time. It's even easy to look at a few games and say, hey, our defense needs to fix these problems. But you have to remember, too, that the 49ers aren't out there worried about what season-long stats look like. Kyle Shanahan's not losing sleep over season-long stats, right? Kyle Shanahan cares about how we're playing right now and our chances of continuing to play better next time. That's all that the coaches care about. It's always about the next game. It's always about finding the rhythm that we know that we're capable of, finding the abilities that we know that we're capable of, executing all of those things that we know we're capable of. And so, for as far as I'm concerned, I need to pull myself away at times and remind myself that this is a one-off game, just like any other game is a one-off game. The 49ers need to go in against the Patriots and give them everything they have, and they're going to do that, and I think they're going to do really well. I think the 49ers are going to win this game. I'm feeling confident about Purdy. I'm feeling confident about the offense. I don't have a whole lot of issues with the offense, to be honest with you. Yeah, you can say Yak doesn't look as good as it did before. Whatever, that's fine. Again, season-long stats. But the defense is where we need to see some improvement, and they have a great opportunity going up against the Patriots. This is a huge opportunity to go out there and make a statement, and I'm expecting the 49ers to do just that. Let me know what you think in the comments. Look forward to joining you there as always, and I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling optimistic. No surprises there. What a time to be alive.